In 5th place is Igor, Joshua Luke, Fogarty, Jan, second guy that displays David Ben and Michael in the end, Neo and De Thomas down the back. It's going to be a tall order for these guys. I wonder what's happened to turn 1. Remember, no stops during this race. It's a straight sprint race, straight to the end. It's going to be around about 6 to 7 laps, I'll imagine, here. So strap yourselves in for 6 to 7 laps of pure non-stop sideways action here. It is currently the 2nd of January 2019. My name is Evil Dragon XXL. Joining me in the comments box today is Fetro666. In terms of fuel, they're all going to be running the same. Every setup, the same default setups in this championship. Tyres, of course, you'd be surprised. It's the ice tyres. If it wasn't, I'd be concerned because, well, it's very icy on the circuit. Don't imagine not ice tyres would be very nice.
No, it will be really interesting conditions if they would have normal slick tires. I don't really think you can even get off your place when you're in stationary position. We're having a standing start for the first race. For the second race we'll have a rolling start in the order which the first race have finished. So the winner of this race also has a really good chance to sprint away in the second race because they will starting from the front of the position, but we're getting ready for the start of this race.
Indeed, well, the 5 lights are getting ready to come on, then the cars are revving up. 5 red lights are coming on, and when it goes, they are racing, and Kamikaze launches off the grid beautifully there. And let's see as they all come down to turn number 1. Kamikaze and Sir Racelot chuck it into turn number 1 then for the first time ahead there, and Kaiser trying around the outside already in turn 1 there. Sue gets a good start as well, he's coming through as well, and off goes Kamikaze. Actually, we've got a car off. Yeah, Kamikaze off the road. He drops down a few positions. So Racelot, my apologies there. Down the field there. So coming into turn number 2. We were going to see it clean. Just about. I think there's a bit of a cluster there. They're all going to get through on the exit. Yes, they are. 3-4 cars running a little wide on the exit, but they all get through. No scrapes and bruises, but Kamikaze bolts away then from Sue. Then comes Igor. Look at them all. Flinging it through sideways as they come. Bad start from right down the field. You can just see the other VP boy there of Sir Racelot. Horrible start there. Super a bit deep there. He's going to get caught just about, I think, as he gets away with it there. Good start for Joshua Luke, by the way. He's now up in a P4 ahead of Kaiser. There is Sir Racelot passing John there around the outside. So Sir Racelot now coming back through this field already, but terrible start from him.
Yeah, it's a real big cluster still, and there's I think the Kaiser going off.
Yeah,
I think it looks like the Kaiser.
There's everyone in the back.
Yeah, let's see.
First lap is almost halfway done, and no real dramas actually, no real contact so far. We've still got half a lap to go. But Kamikaze, 2-second lead already. This is exactly what he wanted to do in the first race of the season. He's done that so far in the second race, and now he just has to do it for the rest of the 6 laps to go. 30 minutes to go in the race. Soup, Igor, then we've got Sir Racelot, then Joshua Luke, then comes Kaiser. David Ben actually gets past Kaiser there. He got up the inside down into the bomb hole in the background. I think Neo goes off the road. Yes, he has. Bad start for Fogarty, by the way. He's dropped right down the back of the field. So struggling there. But good start from Joshua Luke and David Ben again here in the second round. But I have to say, David Ben not feeling very well today. So
oh, there's a car up there. That's Igor. Yeah. Igor off.
Igor has a bit of contact there as well as off goes John. They got caught up behind one of the other cars. So 2 teammates not helping each other there. And off there goes Neo there down at the back as well. Kamikaze though already got a 2.5 second lead. Soup just sitting there as well. So Racelot now up to P3, and we'll have to expect that's going to close quite quickly there. So expect Sir Racelot to challenge Soup in the next couple of laps. But never say never, of course. Michael and Fogarty, there's Igor now down the back in Neo. All the way at the back of the grid so far. But it's actually not too far off the rest of the field, so he wasn't small mistake, and he'll be right back in the action. Action there, you can see there a bit of a cluster again to Thomas, Chicken, Michael, Fogarty, Igor. All very close together. Let's have a little look actually at Fogarty. He's gone back up the field now, he's in P11 again. So he's starting to come through the field a little bit here. He's just behind Michael there, you can just see there in the foreground. That's to Thomas there off the road a little bit. See on the inside, Michael going to try one on the inside, backs off a bit there. No real chance up the inside so far, and That's going to be a little bit close there. And a bit of contact from the rear, actually. Yes, there was, and that's Fogarty getting overtaken there by, I believe that is Igor, potentially. There it is. David Ben under press from Kaiser, who's throwing up the inside. I think that has to back off that one as well. 2 so far in it. So far, Vetro, this season has been absolutely incredible. Background there, you can see Igor trying.
Second round, first race, and just look at the action, especially at the start. It was just a beautiful sight going through that corner, sliding and just holding it on, and it is a really good sight to see. And also the racing is really good, and the Kaiser is trying on the inside.
Oh, that's brave!
Don't do that, mate.
It's almost trying it. David Ben goes wide. That'd be a good cutback if he can get the power on. And he doesn't look like he's got the power on yet, but now on the exit.
The Thomas lost it.
Yep, the Thomas over there just keeps it off the curb. They're very fortunate. Don't beat it at that. Gets it back onto the head of Neo there, and let's have a look. David Ben still just ahead in the background. Oh, and we mentioned that.
Janla's there.
Yeah, we mentioned that bump, and Janla hitting that perfectly. David Ben just ahead of Kaiser so far. Just doing the best he can. You can just see they're slipping through. Gets to try to get a good exit. It's actually a slightly worse exit there. David Ben struggling on the power up front. 5-second lead, and look already. Second and third closing up again. We've seen this before.
Yeah, so race pace of course is really fast, but Soup's one lap pace is really fast. So it should be a really interesting battle to see them. And I think the gap is shrinking here.
It's shrinking all the
Really
time.
rapidly.
Actually, is there going to be contact? Yes, contact. There is contact. So Racelaw there, a little bit too optimistic on the curl there. And I think maybe he might just have to back off that one around the outside. He does do so a little bit fair. Tries to get the inside now. Still a bit of contact on the exit. Now is he coming down into the next corner? Let's see. Is he going to have a look up the inside? No. He's going to be brave of it. Just sit back. Try and just let the car slide through. Soup goes a bit deep actually. Let's see. Can he get it through down towards Hamilton? He's side by side. Let's see. But I think Soup just has the line. Yes, he does. Coming down there. So Rimmer just gets ahead there. As he now come down into this tricky little corner here, down towards Williams. Again, Soup driving with all his work. He is absolutely trying his best. Up the inside again, tries. So Racelaw can't do it. Has it back, but now he gets a good exit here as he coming down the straight. And yeah, through. So Racelaw's done it. Let's see though. Soup going to dive into the slipstream as they go down Bentley straight, down towards Brundle. And let's see, is he going to try come back through? Let's see. A little bit too far back, do you think, Vetro?
What did you say?
A little bit too far back to try and get the move done over the curb.
Yeah, and this corner is just almost impossible to get an overtake, and if you do it, it's a really good one. Let's see, the cluster like we saw last race, this the big midfield battle. Janet and Kaiser getting mixed up in that, and also Igor pushing for all his worth. Let's see, I think Racelot's pulling away from Soup now a bit. Yeah, really good battle between those two. But Racelot really optimistic when Soup ran a bit wide, chose the right position, and through he goes. See, David Ben leading the cluster as of now, and
absolutely
it currently consists of let's see, from 5th to 11th.
So it's about 5-6 cars there, so incredible stuff. Invented the pressure here from Kaiser. He's having a little look around the outside into turn 1, a little bit brave to try it there. Ben runs a little bit deep low, and that could allow him to get a good exit, but David Ben plants that car down on the power early, and that really just helps him there. Kaiser's really got to try and find an opportunity to come through, and that opportunity may only show itself once or twice. Meanwhile, look at the background there, as they're all going 2-3 abreast there. And that is yeah, a bit of contact, a bit over the curbs as well, and that is Igor, I think that might have been
Fogarty.
Yeah, Fogarty getting a little bit close together. Soup's not letting the second place go, he's not letting the race lot go yet. I remember, whilst these guys are doing this, all this is allowing is Kamikaze just to run away with it, and he's doing brilliantly up front. 5.3 seconds, the gap starts to close a little bit here, but only time can tell. Kai's there in P6, a little bit ahead of his teammate who's in P9. Checking it through, and I have to say Josh Luke is doing an incredible job in P4 by the way. 4th and 5th. Incredible stuff, holding their own right now. Oh, chuck it through. Hope you're enjoying it like we are as well. Do join us in the chat as well. Coming to the end of this race.
Do we have any comments and questions to
check quickly. Do get your comments down below. We do love seeing them and interact with us as well in the chat. Igor and David Ben, there they are, P5. And Kaiser in the middle of them there in P6. And he's people saying hello to me and hello to everyone in the chat as well who have seen me there. And that's his side-by-side accident there. And that is a good defending from David Ben, I have to say so, Vetcher. He's doing a good job, isn't he?
He really is, and Jenner's cutting the corner there a bit. I think that's allowed. It's Kaiser also going a bit wide, trying to find every little centimeter on the track he can. I think Justin Luke made a small mistake there, lost a bit of time, but not too much. He's in a really lonely front position, and at the back there's a bit of stuff going on there.
And that's a
lot of it.
Oh, yeah, a little bit too much argy-bargy. Question in the chat, by the way, he's looking at Chicken, he's going to get past that. A really bad exit.
Fogarty bogged down there.
Yeah, Fogarty's bogging
and
down
he's
a
lost
lot.
2 positions there.
Yeah. Question in the chat, who do you think will be the podium? It's not hard to say. It's going to be like it is so far with Kamikaze Race Load of Soup. I fear that might just be the podium already. We only got 5 minutes to go. Kaiser trying around the outside. Wants to be careful from behind, by the way. Jan doesn't want to slide into him. Oh, talking about that. Bang!
Oh, he did.
And that is not what he wanted there.
Oh, and at the back as well. His teammate having a bit of a battle, which is Igor, with C. Fogarty, Michael, and Chicken Guy. With the 4 of them, really big battle here. Only 5 minutes to go.
Incredible stuff. They're all still so close, and look at this. Now they've got a freeway battle. David Ben is kind of holding this train up a little bit here, and you can see again more contact. And he's going to spear him round. That's going to go around if he's not careful. Just catches it. Talking about going around. There's contact there, and that is.
And that's
Chicken
Michael.
Guy and Michael contact. So Michael goes around a little bit there. Not what he wanted to do. Woohoo! Is he going to catch the car? Yes, he is. This is incredible sideways action. You don't see this very often, mate. You missed this in Bathurst. We haven't got all the sideways going on. That's a little bit too sideways there, and that is
Chicken Guy it was.
Chicken Guy running a bit too deep there. David Ben still ahead of Kaiser. He's got that gap now. About 3 seconds. I wouldn't say that's a comfortable gap, but it is a gap. 5 seconds the gap between the top 2. It seems to be evening out. Vector with 4 minutes to go. Doesn't look like much change on the horizon unless a mistake can happen.
Well, maybe between David Ben and Kaiser, still battling for 4th, 5th, I should say.
And David Ben gets his elbows out, but I think finally Kaiser has just got the position. Finally, he's done it. But never say never, of course. But we can just see Kaiser now starts to open the gap up again, and he's just doing all what he needs to do, really. And now David Ben really needs to keep an eye on behind him here and watch out for Janice. He runs a little bit too deep into the corner. 3 minutes to go in this race. So it's coming over quickly in the first sprint race, and we've got the feature race still yet to come. Build up the speed, build up the revs, chuck it down into the long right-hander lad, down towards Montreal hairpin. Igor, there he is, P8, Fogarty P9, Chicken Guy in P10, just ahead of Michael in P11.
Still a big train of cars of 5th until 11. You got 5th, 6th, 7th. Here you got 8th, 9th. There goes 10th. And here is 11th.
All separated by just about 10 seconds, I'm about to say that, give or take. People saying, who do you think the pick for the champion in this league? I have to say, it's looking good for Kamikaze so far, but remember, he did disconnect it last time. That's a bit dive there. Just avoided that one. David Ben probably just saw a bright yellow car appear and probably just prayed for the love of God he wasn't going around. I have to say, Kamikaze and Teresa look to be your bet so far this season. They've been up the front, of course, most of the season. Never say never.
Yeah, in terms of championship, I think one of the VP boys is gonna rack it up. But of course, disconnections are all a part of league racing. An unfortunate part of league racing, but it's something we have to deal with. It strikes randomly, and let's just hope that the rest of the season will stay free of that, and we'll just see a good representative battle between those guys, and let's see how we'll come out on top of the top 2, I should say, because there's a really big gap to third. But as the season goes on, of course, the skills fluctuate.
Off goes Igor. That's going to be contact. Oh, he just gets out of it. Good stuff there from Igor. puts it in reverse, gets away from a nasty accident. I have to say, good for Just Luke, by the way. He won the first race, actually, of course, due to the disconnections of Kamikaze and Sir Racelot. And because of that, that's really helped him. I believe he's about P5 or 6 in the championship so far, of course. Struggled in the second race, in the actual main feature race. With that contact, I think finished P5 in that race. So about P3 or 4 in the championship, potentially. Can't say for certain. We'll get the championship up for next time.
Neo in a really lonely last position, 13th. Igor actually got a penalty. Was that because of the spin, do you think?
Must
the
have
Kaiser's
been.
making a pit stop, it said. I don't think that's correct.
No, I don't think that's correct at all. 50 seconds to go, so it looks like we're on the final
bit of
lap.
contact, Janet's into the rear of David Ben there. David Ben doing really well in the 6th position.
By the way, the leaders are suddenly caught right up. Yeah, Chicken Guy and battling with Igor, but the top two closing up a little bit here. Kamikaze race, but not going to be enough though. They're just coming through down into Hamilton. A couple of moments time. That'll be the last sector coming up as well. Chicken Guy low. All he's got to do, just try and find a position, just try and get through the best he can. Igor's sitting ahead of him there. Don't think he's got enough there to try and get past. He wants to look out he doesn't spin or make a mistake and let Thomas Colo's up. There we go. Let's have a little look at David Ben. There he is there, P4, well, sorry, P6. He's just ahead of John there. And John doing a good job so far. But Kamikaze and Sir Racelot are just coming through the bomb hole for the last time of the sprint race, and then we'll have the feature race. So it looks like Kamikaze will be lining up on pole for the sprint, well, sorry, for the feature race. This is the sprint, getting my words muddled up. Here goes Kamikaze then into the last corner, down into Murray's for the first time. Of 2 times this may be. Kamikaze then comes to the line and wins the sprint race here at Snetterton. He slows the car down, crosses the line, and that there is another win to his name across the line, side of his accident. I think we're going to see a monumental accident from Sir Racelot. Is he going to hit him? No, he's not. Let's see what Sue does. Is he going to do his famous little spin? There we go. Round of the line. Spin round. As per usual. Just Luke, incredible to be P4, by the way. He's really so strong.
Let's take a look at the penalty.
30 seconds?
Whoa, okay. Well, he's going to be in last then.
I don't think so. Just for Luke there. If it crosses the line. Kaiser is going to finish P5 there. Just waiting for David Ben. P6, P7 for John. Fogarty's going to finish P8, getting his season off finally to his start. He's going to finish P8. Michael P9. Chicken in P10. Igor's going to be P11. And behind them, the Thomas actually. Nano retired from the session.
Neo is actually disconnected or left the session. Now, the official order is as follows. Kamikaze wins the first race of round 2. VP Racelot, his teammate, lines up his second. Soup, a nice 3rd position. Just a look 4th. Kaiser 5th. David Ben 6th after a hard-fought battle with Janet 7th. C. Fogarty is in 8th position. Michael and L, Chicken Guy, and the Thomas had a really good battle throughout this whole race. Don't think the Thomas was there for most of the time, but still a really nice effort for him to finish there where he finished. Igor, unfortunate, big mistake, cost him a lot of time, and Neo Nostra unfortunately retired from this race. So this will also be the order in which we will start the feature race. We'll have a rolling start. What do you expect from the feature race? Do you think Kamikaze and Racelot will have a good battle, or do you think that Kamikaze might actually or drop back, or maybe just run away with victory?
Well, you can never say never about True. I mean, look how the first race went. He closed right up 3 seconds in the end. If he can just get closer as well. Didn't make that mistake in the first race. I think there was going to be a lot closer as well for the second race.
Well, Racelot is almost in the right position already, and but Kamikaze is currently in 8th, but we'll have a manual rolling start, of course, there, so they will all get into their correct positions once the red lights go out and the green lights go on.
Indeed, hopefully the rolling start a little more easier this time than last week, of course. Last week a lot longer as well, and already getting the session already quickly started, so that was a quick turnaround from the chaps. Here we go then, formation that, wait 5 seconds, and then they'll be rolling off the grid bit by bit, and let's see, Kamikaze will roll his way all the way up to the front of the grid. There you go, Kamikaze leads from Sir Racelot. Suit will be in P3, from Josh Luke in P4. Behind them, let's just get ready for them all to settle in. I think it might be John and then David Ben then in P5, 6 and 7. That's
Now the Kaiser will be in
P5.
5th. Yes.
And then it'll be then it will be John, I think David Ben, then John. There we go.
David Ben.
Fogarty, Michael, then we got and we have Chicken Guy. We got Thomas
And Igor, unfortunately, all the way in last. He threw it away in the last lap, last race. And unfortunately, maybe Neo, yeah, we're missing Neo. He retired from the first race. And there might be issues there.
Might be some technical issues, so what has happened there, hopefully he can get it sorted there, but struggle a little bit, but never say anything.
You know what would be interesting? Of course, because I don't... No, I was just getting confused there. I thought maybe, because you have the qualifying at first, the rubber, which was really out on the track, and the time...
Oh, just a Luke.
Just a Luke. Mistake. I thought maybe the track was a bit colder or a bit different circumstances than in first race, but I think it's might be quite the same.
Yeah, same settings pretty much. Just 20 minutes. It really will be about a 15-minute race, of course, when we got the time over, because the clock is counting down, by the way, bit by bit, and these guys need to slow down a little bit because quite a bit of a gap already. The field is stagnated into two major groups already. You can see 6th, and then we got 7th there, and Kamikaze hits the wall, and so Racelot almost as well. Luckily, damages off. That would have been a bit embarrassing there for Kamikaze hitting the wall there. But just about carries it together down into Brundle. You can see now the field's starting to close right back up again. Suit going sideways as usual. You can always tell Suit when he's going sideways because you can just see his rear end steps out a lot more. But here we go then, side by side, getting ready to begin the second race. Who are you expecting down into turn number 1, Vetro? Who do you think is going to lead?
I think Kamikaze, because he can of course dictate when we all go on the throttle. So I think he will be the first into turn 1, but as the race goes on, he might have a bit of trouble with Suit Cooler and possibly Sir Racelot.
Indeed, well, let's get ready then, last corner. And let's get ready to rumble then for the last time here today, that feature race. My name is Evil Vetro, again joining me here in the commentary box. Let's get ready to go racing then. Let's see, the flag is ready to drop. And the cars are ready, the revs are building, and we are going to be racing straight away then. Kamikaze bolts off the grid again. Again, a beautiful start from Sir Racelot there. Suit a little bit swamped in the background there. I think a little bit of a slow start there from Joshua Luke. Kaiser there as well up the inside. Are we going to see it cleanly this time around? Looks like we just about are again going to see close racing here. Again though, Sir Racelot, good start this time, and like last time, he's made it through turn 1 together. Let's see, turn 2, there is contact, there is major contact there. And that, it must be, I think that is Igor gone round, I think, potentially. Or might be his teammate there actually making a mistake. Yeah, John got involved there, and he got mayhem going on down the back straight there. Up front though, Kamikaze leads this race from Sir Racelot, Suit there in P3, David Ben in P5 and 6. No!
More contact.
Off there, and there's
Chicken
John going
around,
around, Chicken going around. There's contact again here. And the second race, they warned each other not to make too much contact, to be a little bit gentle. That's not happened. Around they go. Luckily, no wall to greet them this time around. So Racelot low, already challenging. He's quite close to the leader, by the way, already. So top 2 very close together. Let's hope they stay like this. Suit there in P3, Joshua Luke and David Ben 4th and 5th. So we say 5th and 6th. Then Michael there, Igor, and the rest of the field coming through. Thomas, Chicken, John, and down the back, and so Racelot really challenging here as he comes down to Brundle. 15 minutes to go, so 6 laps to go then, so 8-lap race counting. So Racelot's going for the inside, he'll back off of that one, no way through yet. He'll end in contact if he tries it. Just sit back, just enjoy it. Chicken Guy disconnects from the session there, so that is not good. He's out of this race. It was involved in that contact there, so maybe frustration potentially, we don't know. Very sideways stuff there from Michael, per usual. Top 2 still together, and that is what we want to see. So Race Lot there, P2. Can he get this victory? Kamikaze.
Possibly, yeah. He was really pushing for that. So,
Super.
There goes one of the marker boards. Hopefully that wasn't the breaking point marker, because that might cause some trouble. But I think we're gonna have a really good battle here, because they're so closely matched. They're practicing together, of course, I presume. And I think they're really closely matched. And of course, Soup is not letting them out of sight.
Yeah, he's not letting them out of sight.
By the way, I think Jan and Thomas are quite close to each other, but that's close. And also we've got the cluster group again.
Yeah, a favorite group, and that's a good line there. That is a good line this time for Sir Racelot round the outside. Has he got the position? He pulls alongside on the outside here. That'll be brave into Palmer. Has to back off this time around. Can't do it. He gets the inside though. We'll have the inside here down the straight. And let's see, can he do it here? Into the hairpin. Bit of contact, bit of wheel banging. Let's see, can he get the inside line? Covers him off. Just forced him to the outside. Look at Soup here. He wants all of it. And they make contact, the two teammates, and Soup involved and goes round. Oh, it's not what he wanted to see, but he just gets it back on circuit. And a little bit too close there between Sir Racelot and Kamikaze this time around. But he might need to calm down a little bit. Sir Racelot wants it. He sees a chocolate biscuit. He wants a chocolate biscuit. Soup. Oh,
Soup has retired.
Out of the race. What has happened there for Soup Cooler out of the race here? And that is a horrible sight to see. Something has gone horribly wrong there for the Irishman. Maybe...
We're down to 10 drivers.
Yeah, down to 10 drivers there, and that is a shocker. Josh Luke on P3 now. But top two together still, and that is Sir Racelot and Kamikaze in reverse order. Kamikaze leads from Sir Racelot. Igor trying around the outside here of Fogarty. He's got the line here coming down into Brundle. They'll have the outside, have the inside for the next corner. So let's see, can he go around the outside? Yes, he just about can. They'll be so close coming into here. I think just gives each other enough room. Beautiful stuff. Igor, I think just have to settle behind again. Can't do it. Top two, 5 tenths between each other. Igor a little bit sideways, a bit of lag there potentially. As they chuck it down here, let the cars slide. 12 to go. That's what we say, 12 minutes to go on that 3 of 8. You believe, and top two now starting to separate a little bit now. 8 tenths the gap. And all same, by the way, that Soup has retired from the race.
I wonder what the reason was. Normally, I don't really see how a car can just pop into the pits like that, because it didn't enter the menu. He was still in the corner. I don't know what happened, but Fogarty on the inside.
Yeah.
I go on the outside, and I think Fogarty will just hold on.
Yeah, we'll just hold on there. The inside line is exactly what he wanted there. Top two, by the way, 5-second lead. Igor's going to come back at it, though. We're going to see a dive potentially. Let's see. From the exit, let's see. Sideways action for the pair of them. Just on board we go. Beautiful stuff. A bit more sideways there for Igor. Didn't get the line there in the background. There's John trying to get past Michael. Can't do it there on the power. Top two, 6 tenths apart, by the way. So fun. We're going to see if we get a comment, by the way, to see what has happened to Soup. John just sitting there, just trying to find the opportunity to try and get through. There's Kamikaze, and he's got a 7-tenth gap, and I believe the top two are really now just going to go into their own little battle and just try and pull away from each other. But it's not really working. They're not really pulling apart, not really closing together. There's Kaiser in P4. He's passed David Ben just a minute ago there. We just spotted that. Now he's got to try and find Joshua Luke as well. And Joshua Luke now in P3 doing a great job.
And Janet and Michael still together. The Thomas currently in last position in 10th. We're 3 down compared to the first race. Neo Nostra, of course, didn't join. We've lost Chicken Guy and of course also Soup now. And we're still wondering what happened with Soup. Let's hope we can get in, he can get into the chat and maybe even into the commentary box during the race.
We'll have a little check later on, of course. But so Racelot got to do a bit of contact there from Igor and Fogarty, I think. I think Igor, he just got ahead of Fogarty. I think maybe just, yes, he has got ahead of finally. So those two switch positions. You can see David Ben just up the road there in P5. Fogarty there just sliding through there in P7 right now. I do get comments down behind, but there's a bit of a gap behind these guys, and that is John, Michael and Thomas. A bit of a gap of about 3 seconds. 2.6 seconds, about 2.5 actually. And you can see up front though, top two now almost 10 seconds ahead.
10 seconds ahead of Joshua Luke. You can just see they're putting so much time and practice together in it. Of course, everyone's having the same default setup. Same amount of fuel, same amount of tires, same spring rate, same ride height, same downforce, same everything.
Yeah.
And still they just
That's a bit wide.
run away so easily. Igor and Fogarty possibly on the inside here.
Contact, and that's going
not enough room.
to just catch it back together there, Fogarty. Luckily, these rally cars are very good to catch the car back again. Bit of a handbrake there, top 2, 7/10 bar. They're not really opening the gap there, and I think this time Fogarty's got a good exit this time. He's going up the inside, laying on the brakes. Are we going to see a dive? Yes, we are. He's alongside, pulls ahead on the brakes, but on the exit, surprisingly, Igor's still got the power just to go around the outside again.
Can we see what's going on? Yes, thank you again.
Thank you.
Race a lot. Oh, on the curbs, still keeping it together. These cars are really easy to catch, of course. Really good steering on these cars. I don't know a lot about racing rally cars, but I do know they're really good at steering. Race a lot. He's behind him. He cannot get closer here because he needs to give a bit of space because there's always room for error here.
Yeah, you always want to leave a back car length, don't you, Vetri, for hour.
Yeah, they're racing in such a good harmony. They know exactly of each other what they're going to do, and that's what a real teammate should be like. Just they're racing so similarly to each other.
And Igor, Vetri, having quite a bit of battle. Sorry to cut over you there, but we're looking at these top 2.
But it's better for the lead. It's also heating up,
yeah,
and almost contacting in the last corner.
Igor gets past David Ben actually. There, David Ben gets him back.
Oh, Igor!
Over the curb there, and that's not what you want to do there. He mentioned that bump before, a bit of a lag bubble as well. Back
shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, very much shaken, very much not stirred indeed, and that sideways again. It's going to cost him a bit of time there, but again, so Racelot not close enough to capitalise on this. He's gonna have to try something somewhere. You can just see his contact again slightly. They're going to get away with it, boys. Be careful. Don't want to make too much contact. Fogarty, there he is. There's currently P6. He's passed. Oh, well, he's very much not done what he wants to do that. I'm about to say he's passed one car. He's going to pass 2. No, he's not because there's contact there. And David Ben spins around. Fogarty round as well. So from bad to worse, and Fogarty that gets back on the track as well. David Ben's not happy about that. I think actually might be waiting up for Fogarty there. I think he might realise that was his fault. Yeah, lets him through. So very good stuff there. Kamikaze still leads this race from Racelot there. 7 the gap, 5 the gap now. 11 seconds to the cars behind. Igor and John now battling, and again you can just see Sir Racelot taking those conservative lines here, and it's really helping him here.
Janus a bit wide, but not too wide. He keeps it on the road. Oh, Kamikaze goes wide though.
Yeah, talking about going wide.
Will not lose him a lot of time.
Won't cost him
I don't think they will lose that much time.
In fact,
this is a good place to do it.
Yeah, gains of time actually, to be honest, Vetro. So does the opposite. Don't want to do that too many times. You might get called up in the stewards, of course, for track limits in the game as well. But I think apparently it's going to be a little less harsh in the conditions because, of course, we are rallying. There's Michael and Thomas still together. 3/10 the gap up front. Not a lot of action going on further down the field. So Kamikaze and Sir Race, a lot of real action going on here as they come down into Cohen. Into the last corner, into Murray's now for that 7 they're coming on to. And look how close they are. 6 minutes to go in this session. So about 3-4 laps to go. And let's see again. So Racelot really needs to capitalise in this first corner because he's so good down into Montreal hairpin. He needs to get a good exit here out of Archel corner. And that's the opportunity he wants there. Just to try up the inside into the turn 2. Yeah, it's a kind of good exit this time around, Vetro. I think a little bit too far back still to try anything.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to overtake, of course, with these cars. It's really hard to. You really have to do it on the exit if you want to.
Yeah, it's all going to be about trying to force Kamikaze into that critical mistake. But that critical mistake is so impossible as they go absolutely sideways. Jim Carner almost, so I say. Beautiful stuff as well. We've got some battle going on there between 7th and 8th, Michael and Thomas, but we'll keep an eye on these top 2. There they are, currently there. Let's go back to the top 2.
I will try to invite Soup while we have the chance.
Yeah, I think I'm the party host, unfortunately. So Race
I can
Lot,
suggest him then.
yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to invite him broadcast, unfortunately, but either way, so Race Lot running through just ahead of Kamikaze. What's your other rate? Kamikaze just ahead of Race Lot. I'm so used to seeing Sir Race Lot ahead of Kamikaze. He went the opposite way around. It surprises me, really. There's the battle of cars, a whole gaggle of them, 9th, 8th and 7th. That's Fogarty, Michael and David Ben. So Michael's actually dropped back actually quite a lot in the last couple of moments. So he's had a mistake there. Top 2 now a
I think
second.
you have time now to invite him because I think there's not a lot going on as of this moment. So if you can find the time, now is the time.
Indeed, well I will do so if I can, but Kamikaze just running through that up front, just ahead and just doing what he needs to do ahead of Sir Race Lot. 2 out of 2 could be on the cards here for Kamikaze, and that's exactly what he really wants to do to get his season off for a really good start. Very good stuff through into the last couple of corners as per usual. Absolutely slick work from the 2 VP boys. And 3 minutes to go here in this session, so 2 laps to go. Here in Snetterton then, as we go into Rich's corner, not Archie's corner, Rich's corner. Down towards Montreal Hairpin, down just towards the very beautiful Snowy Man. And it is another beautiful race, another beautiful beginning of the season from the VP boys. Never see anything though, still disconnections are always possible. An issue may just be around the corner. 15-second lead though, so if they do make contact or something bad happens, they've got the time just to get themselves back in position. I'll imagine the gap will probably be about 6-7 seconds to Soup if he was still in the race, but you can never say for certain.
We don't of course know what the issue was with Soup. It looked really interesting. I had never seen that before.
I've never seen it. Maybe just had to retire the car due to some issue. Had to retire it really quickly. You know, Soup of course on the steering, or maybe has a way to do it quite quickly. David Ben there currently running in P8 ahead of Michael in P9. Dropped down the field of course with that contact a couple of laps ago between him and Fogarty. See, Fogarty didn't look very happy by the way. He did swerve a little bit across David Ben, but David Ben of course, sportsman as he is, took the blame for that incident. Could be like a racing incident in my view, that just a bit too close together that time around, and that's all she wrote for the contact. And of course, not really many other accidents of course. First race he had contact between Chicken and I believe I might have been Thomas, I think it was contact with, and Thomas right down the back of this field as well, 49 seconds behind the leader. It just goes to show that how quickly his top 2 are. They got a 16-second lead, almost 20 over 4th place. It's hard to imagine when they come to the likes of Running Grade, they might even be a minute ahead in the end.
They are really unstoppable as of this moment in the season. Of course, Running Grade is a really unorthodox track. Anything can happen there.
Really
Walls are a lot closer. Bit like Bathurst, and of course the internet disconnections might also play a role still. So you never know, of course. Anything can still happen, and it's not over till the Fat Lady sings.
Indeed, final lap by the way we are currently on. It's under 1 minute to go, so we are on the final lap, and the top 2 still together. I'd say this has impressed me, Vetso, how close they've been this entire race. They've been about a 2nd to 6th tenths, and a little bit less at some times. So very impressive stuff from these top 2. They have shown themselves to be the class of the field so far. I'd say driver of the day in my opinion, still going to Joshua Luke. He's done a fantastic job to be in that P3. Of course, Soup having to retire the car hasn't exactly done Soup the best job, but it has elevated Joshua Luke to that P3. So in terms of the championship, I think Joshua Luke potentially might be in 4th in the championship right now.
Kamikaze goes wide though.
A little bit wide. That's not going to cost him too much time. I think actually it does cost him a couple of attempts, but Sir Race Lot just cannot capitalise it here. Let's see.
And next corner, this corner is really hard to overtake, so if he can get alongside, he might have a chance here.
Yeah, he gets
but
a
he
good
has
exit.
a really good run here.
He has a really good run now. It's going to be the only opportunity, Vetcher. If he's going to come through, it needs to be now. Can he do it? He closes up. 9 seconds to go in the race then. Coming to the end. Covers to the inside. So Racelot goes to the outside then. He's not going to do it on the brakes, I don't think. No, he just can't. He's just too far back and he can't get close enough. He had to get to the inside if he wanted it. Kamikaze just has to do the last 2 corners. If he doesn't make a mistake here, he's going to win this race. Through he comes then into the last couple of corners, in down towards Murray's. Sir Racelot pushes, Sir Racelot hustles, Sir Racelot is flying here, he's trying it into the last corner. Can he do anything into the last corner? Runs deep, runs wide. I think it's all over. Kamikaze then coming to the line, and he's going to do it, I think. Kamikaze wins the feature race here at Snetterton ahead of his teammates. Brilliant stuff between those two. So Racelot and P2, a fine effort there. Couldn't do it in the end. Fantastic stuff between those two. Now we just wait for Joshua Luke. Comes through the last corner. And an incredible drive. He comes again to get another podium this season. He won the one race and he's going to get a podium in the again. So that's the 2nd podium this season. Incredible stuff for him. Kaiser in P4 then. And a little bit disappointed he couldn't get P3 there, but P4 is the best he's going to get. Igor gets P5 in the end then. John's going to finish in P6 ahead of Fogarty there. P7 again, the best he will get. He's just going to come to the line. David Ben, I have to say, disappointing in P8, of course. Had contact with Fogarty. And across the line there goes Fogarty. And David Ben crosses the line as well. Behind them, Michael's going to finish in P9 into Thomas. Will round off the field in P10 in the end then. I have to say an incredible
so
event.
In-game penalties.
Well,
no in-game penalties, of course, this time around. There might still, of course, be stewards requirements after the race, but we will see that next week. Now, the final order is VP Kamikaze wins 2 out of 2 in round 2. VP Racelot, a really good battle between those two. Kamikaze is Swedish, by the way. I didn't know that. Joshua Luke in 3rd position, Kaiser in 4th, Igor in 5th, Janet in 6th, C. Fogarty in 7th, David Ben 8th, a bit disappointing maybe, but still solid result. Michael Nell 9th, the Thomas in 10th, and we have lost Chicken Guy and Subcooler, and we'll hear soon enough what was the issue.
Indeed. But I have to say that to an incredible afternoon of racing, an incredible evening as well. A lot of action, a lot of drama. There's a lot to chew through for the rest of the afternoon as well. I hope you have enjoyed it like I have as well. Next week we will be heading to Silverstone, of course, to the national circuit as well for the penultimate race of the season. And I have to say that, Joe, until then, it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
It's going to be really interesting. I think every race in these cars, whatever track you choose, it will always be interesting, and that's so good about these cars. You see the racing. It looks, it is close racing. It is hard racing. It is sideways racing. It's different racing that we've seen all along, and really different something that AOR does, and it's really great and refreshing to see, and really great to commentate on.
Indeed, but of course, until next time, from Evil and Vetro, this has been Apex Online Racing. I've been Evil.
Also follow us on Twitter at Apex on Racing, at EvilDragonXSL, and at Vector Racing. And again, we will see you next week.